During the meeting, General Tumwine said that the history of the pandemic demonstrated that Ugandans can do without borders and internet, which are just luxuries. Easy for someone who is driving a government car to say, right? I mean, is the government gonna give cars to these border riders? Hey, just saying. Well, now while addressing the E-Trade Association at his office in Kampala, General Tumwine also said borders, delivery services, and internet were just yesterday's innovations which are becoming a threat to the public, and yet we previously lived without them. Hey, it's called development and technology, Mr. Tumwine. Well, he also added and said government should close such businesses since it had posed to be a threat to national security, as wrong people had started to take advantage of them to blackmail government ahead of the just concluded elections. But how, General? Does the government have something to hide? Now let's be honest here, people. The government has always blabbed about how people should be job creators and not job seekers. Now, border riding has given so many people capital to start up a number of businesses and make investments all over the country. Now, take an example of Ricky Rapper Thompson, who started as a border rider, now a CEO and founder of Safe Border Company, which has given employment opportunities not to only safe border riders, but accountants, PRs, security guards, cleaners, receptionists, among others. Safe border is safe in a way that the passenger and rider get to put on safety helmets. The rider's every move is tracked down by the company, which of course needs internet to operate. So just in case of any problem, a full detail about the rider is in record. And now that threatens national security? Come on, Tumwine. Okay, speaking of the internet, if the government has nothing to hide, why would General Tumwine want the internet to be shut down? I mean, let's get this straight. Uganda is a democratic country, right? Well, at least it was. Haha! So that means there is freedom of speech and expression. So if anything that affects Ugandan citizens is being shared on internet, and Ugandans as citizens get to discuss it all over social media, how does that threaten the security of the country if there is nothing to hide? I mean, that is why it's called social media. People socialize. It's easy to reach out to so many people through social media in a way that if there are particular challenges affecting the citizens of Uganda, they can easily discuss them on social media groups or pages respectively and come up with solutions. And hey, if the government itself encourages e-learning, then General Tumwine, how can we have e-learning without internet? Take for example this corona period, students are studying and doing exams online. And if it wasn't for internet, some people wouldn't have even known about the pandemic. But the news spread fast through internet than any other media. The bank money transfers, which of course General Tumwine also uses, needs internet for its operations. Technology is developing. I mean, look at Safe Border. One can easily access transport means by just clicking their phone and ordering for a ride to any destination around Kampala. All because of the internet. So hey people, do you think borders and internet should be banned? Now that you already know, my name is Tori Banks and that was the hot sauce.